What's up guys? Today we are back on this Buick. We're going to be doing actually a couple things. We're going to be replacing the right front window regulator because the one that's in it's broken. And I'm also swapping the front door speakers because both of these are blown and I'm tired of the stereo sounding like crap. So let's get to it. So the first thing we have to do is remove this door panel and we'll pull this thing out. That was just helping to hold the window up, but we don't need that anymore. But you can see right here what the problem is, that the window is slipping down. So the first thing that we're going to do is remove this black trim piece right here. That's held in by just this one Phillips head screw. So we'll just take that out. Just like that. And then you should be able to get your fingers behind this, pop it out like this, and then just pull it out from around the handle like that. Now you will need to unplug the lock switch right here. That's just pulling this tab up and pulling the switch back at the same time. A little tricky to do one-handed. Let's see if I can do this here. Like that, and then just sit this out of the way. There you can also see the tweeter, which is still good in this door panel, so I'm not going to be messing with that. The next thing you're going to do, normally you would need to pry a little cover out right here, but someone has already lost it. There are two 10mm bolts. We're going to take both of those out. Just like that. And with those out, we're going to take this thing and pull it back like that. Then if you start at the bottom, we're going to pull back and pop this door panel off the door. Usually a couple of little yanks will get things going. Then just work your way around the door, pulling out until the entire panel is separated. And when it does separate, it should just come this. Then you will need to reach under here and unplug this tweeter. Then you're just going to unplug the window switch, which you can pop out that way, pull the wiring through just like this. And with that out of the way, sit the door panel over here and you can see the inside of the door. So the next thing to remove is we're going to take this plastic off. You just need to be careful to not tear it up so that you can reuse it. So we're going to pull this back and that should expose the window regulator. Now, you are going to do this next part a couple different ways. You can either hold the window up while you're working and not have to worry about it, or you can remove it. What I'm going to do is remove it, and to do that, all I need to do is pull this piece of trim off like this. Push the window about halfway down and you'll see the two bolts right here that hold it in. So you just take those out. Being careful, and this is extremely hard to do one-handed, being careful not to lose the little bolts. Then with it free from the regulator, you can turn it sideways. I'm going to do this off camera because it's really hard to do one-handed. Turn it sideways and pull it out. Get that out of the way, things get a lot easier. Right here you'll see these 3 bolts that are part of that's what holds the motor in. You don't need to take these out, you just back them off until they're loose like this. Then you can reach around, push that up and pull it through, and that should make the motor free. Then you need to reach inside and unplug the electrical connector from the motor. Once you've unplugged that electrical connector, you're going to take these 2 bolts down here loose without taking them out, just like that. And then look up on the other side, you'll have one right here. That one does have to come all the way out, so take it out and set it out of the way, and then loosen this one. With that done now, you can pick up the actual regulator assembly itself, provided that, oh no, you have to take this one out too. I'm sorry, I told you wrong. Take this one out too. it up and push it through. This can sometimes be a little tricky with the motor trying to get in the way, so you may have to hold that back. And then once you've got that through, tilt it like this, bunch the two together, and you can work them out the side just like this. And here you can see how this one failed. Next, you're going to transfer the bolts over to the new piece. This is a piece I got from Rock Auto, and trash the old piece. Next, you just got to take this assembly, get it back in here where the old one came out, like so. Then you should be able to sit it up in here and line some bolts up, and it should pretty much fall right into place, just like that. This doesn't look quite right. Then you're just going to reconnect this. This new one does have a longer pigtail than the other one. It should still fit in there just fine. Keep it tucked away from the glass. You're going to tighten these 4 bolts back. Then you got to tighten these 3 right here. Then you're going to take your window switch and plug it back in like so. Turn the key back on. Use your window switch to put the window in a position that you can get to these bolts. And then we're going to put the glass back in. The next thing I would suggest doing, I'm not going to be able to actually show you because I'm out of the silicone spray, but what I normally do here is roll the window all the way down, take the silicone spray and spray all in these channels that the window rides in to make sure that they are good and lubricated before you use that. But then we're going to put this back just like so, and this plastic. Now that your barrier's back, we're basically done with the window, but I'm going to pop this speaker out so that we can replace it. Now, you'll notice this little wiring harness right here, that goes to the tweeter, so if you want your tweeter to still work, you're going to need to transfer this to the new speaker. But first, you just take these out, and they are held in by these little 1/4-inch bolts. Out with the old, and in with these 3-way Sonys, which I just picked up pretty cheap at Walmart. I'm not going to worry about these being too amazing. They're going to be tight in the hole, but they'll work. What you've got to do is find the holes that are closest to the inside. Eventually you'll find some that will line up well enough that you can get them in there. But first we got to get the wiring ready for it. Comes with these wires right here. So what I'm going to do, we're going to cut the edge off of this, splice these to here, positive to positive and negative to negative, splice it to the new wire, and then I'll show you how that looks. When hooking these up, you always want to look up your factory speaker wire colors to figure out which one is positive and which one is negative. On the Regal, on the right front, light green is positive and dark green is negative, so that's the way I'm hooking it up. I'm just going to solder these, probably tape them, and then we'll be ready to put the speaker back in. Well, this particular setup, not all the holes would line up, so I got one good one top and bottom. That should hold it plenty good enough. Now we're just going to get the door panel over here and get that put back on. That's just the reverse of how you took it off. And since I didn't show it before, the way these go in, they just stick under in the back, and then you just push it down to the front, it snaps right in. And that's it. It is all done, all back together. The window will now stay up and the stereo sounds a whole lot better, so that's one step closer to where we're supposed to be. So you guys know the drill by now. Like, comment, share. Let's keep these cars on the road. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and peace.